What are some ridiculous history facts? Ancient Romans would put sandals on the hands of sleeping people, then tickle their face so they would slap themselves. At shoe, brute? When the Romans laid siege to Themyscira, a real place, weirdly enough, they attempted to tunnel into the city. The Themyscirans released bears into the tunnels. And GT, Themyscira. Braying, that Wonder Woman's hometown? Claudius Drusus died in AD 20 from asphyxiation when he tossed a pear in the air and caught it in his mouth. The pear tree was put on trial, found guilty of murder, and destroyed. 2 important questions: 1. How large was this man's throat? 2. How small was this pear? The Spartans never built a city wall, figuring that their reputation alone would mean no one would dare attack them. But, during the Persian War, the Persians, who had already burned Athens twice, hired a Greek guide to take them to Sparta. But when they got there, they saw a kinda crap-looking city without even a wall. They figured there was no way this place could be the mighty Sparta they had heard so much about. So they figured the Greek was lying and thus Sparta was spared. Edit: I'm remembering this from reading it in the book Persian Fire by Tom Holland. It's quite possible that I'm misremembering details or that Holland's text identifies this as a legend or story. Still, the book is a fantastic read and I heartily recommend it. This is Sparta? Now that the popularity of this thread has died down, I just wanted to thank all those that gilded my comments, much appreciated. In ancient Egypt, servants were smeared with honey to attract flies away from the pharaoh. Ah God, that sounds awful. The heat, the stickiness, the buzzing all around you. That sounds like literal torture. I can't imagine they were very healthy with bug crawling all around them. The first bomb dropped on Berlin by the British during World War II claimed no human casualties. But it did kill an elephant. Never forget. The Battle of Bull Run, during the American Civil War, was called the Picnic Battle, because so many civilians from Washington went on picnics on the sidelines and watched. But once the battle actually started, and the Union started to get its ass kicked, they all ran away, running over injured soldiers and dead bodies and generally disrupting the battle. This was actually a relatively common thing during the Civil War. I know it happened at Gettysburg too. Fucking tourist. At one time there was not only a pope and an anti-pope but also a counter-anti-pope. There still is an anti-pope in a sense today. The Palmarian Catholic Church split from the main one in the 70s and claim their pope is the real pope. They also see Hitler as a saint, so they are not the most sane bunch. A Chinese emperor escaped an assassin by running around a pillar. After 2 hours, the assassin got bored and went home, and wasn't charged for his crimes. Just imagine. 20 minutes in, the assassin knows he looks ridiculous running around the same pillar this whole time, but he's kind of committed at this point. Besides, how much stamina could an emperor have, anyway? 40 minutes in, the assassin is wondering how much time an emperor has for CrossFit each week. An hour in, the assassin still running in circles trying to catch the emperor, all the while thinking this is so stupid, this is so goddamn stupid. He is beginning to wonder if he was given this mission as a prank. 90 minutes in, the assassin knows with horrible certainty that, whether he succeeds or fails, he's going to be the laughingstock of the whole empire. 2 hours in, both he and the emperor are still wheezing their way around the pillar. The assassin is not only tired and completely humiliated, but also realizes that he's in no shape to be able to run away after the assassination now, and figures his best bet is to give up and hope the emperor sees the humor in the whole situation. At U.S. President Andrew Jackson's funeral in 1845, his pet parrot had to be removed because it was swearing.